I had heard that Project Hail Mary could very well be Ryan Gosling's career best, and I thought, what? He has so many good movies, but it starts to become a proper statement when you realize that he does carry Ryan carries Hail Mary through such a grand, literally out of this world emotional journey. I remember when Project Hail Mary was announced and everybody went freaking insane. Everybody, being my X feed. I couldn't avoid it, but I had zero FOMO in finding out what it was about. And when the trailer dropped, I didn't watch it. It wasn't until I saw The Bride where I was spoon-fed the trailer. So needless to say, I went in mostly blind except for how much praise it was getting. This is a movie where you can tell it's Best Picture nomination worthy, based on word of mouth. And upon seeing the trailer, I was fascinated by the rocky creature and knew that it would bring a fun, playful tone to space. But let me not jump the gun. Check out these pins we got for the early access screening. Dude, I was gonna record with dry hair, but I didn't like how I looked. Now I'm dripping. Project Hail Mary follows Ryan Gosling's character Grace, a biologist middle school teacher, as he wakes up from a coma in a spaceship named Hail Mary. He takes some time to remember who he is, and the movie has a beautiful ballet. Has a beautiful ballet between the past and present. The present being Grace partaking in Project Hail Mary, the government plan to send astronauts on a one-way mission to the star 𝙍𝙀𝙁𝙀𝙁𝙀, where they'd collect data and send it back to Earth. The past being how it was discovered that the sun was slowly being dimmed by these foreign microorganisms in a stretch of space from the sun to Venus, and how Grace got wrapped up in a project to space, being a middle school teacher and all. 𝙍𝙀𝙁𝙀𝙀 has a sort of immunity to these organisms, and so one-way mission to report on what makes it special so that Earth doesn't freeze over. I don't think standard showings of Project Hail Mary will have this detail, but part of the beautiful ballet is the fuller screen IMAX for the present, where it cuts to widescreen for the past. Combined with how clever some of the editing is done between past and present. For example, when the spacecraft was spinning one time in the present timeline, the camera kept spinning around for the storytelling in the past. I don't remember if that was the exact case, but there is a spinning transition that you just have to appreciate. Now, I want to go back to the humor of this movie. Guys, it's a special kind, a blend of dry, ironic, and a bit of buddy comedy sprinkled in there as well. I miss it already. There's a sequence towards the first act or so in the past where Grace is researching the mystery organism and he's assigned like this government bodyguard who's not a stiff ass, and they have a whole arc of setting up an experiment. It's like those fun compilations in a comedy movie where hold on, man. Let me get these giggles out. Where two characters are out in the town doing whatever while music is playing. And upon Grace meeting Rocky, after the relationship develops, have their own comedic moments, like how Rocky just needs to watch Grace sleep because Rocky is accustomed to that act. And it's just beautiful because they become the only thing each other has. You see, Rocky is also on his own mission to stop these weird organisms that are eventually called astrophage. Right here, this is the focal point of the movie. Rocky and Grace trying to save their planets. So now we have the premise, a bit of the charm, and the cinema of Project Hail Mary. So what could I say now?
Well, very quickly, the cons, I guess, because I don't have much to say.
I had no idea how long this movie was, so it felt like ages. Yo, this movie was like 5 hours long. I'm not saying that the pacing was an issue, but maybe it's because I went into the movie off of 4 hours of sleep. And this movie ends about 4 to 5 times. They just really get you into believing the credits are about to hit, and nope. Obviously, I have to reference my title. Now, I am trying to be spoiler-free as I'm uploading this very early into the film cycle, but oh man. I know it's a book, so there's a weird line of spoiling, but let me just say. Actually, I can call back to the plot for this part. The in-story Project Hail Mary, as I said, is a one-way ride into space with no way back home due to fuel capacity. Rocky and Grace have a bonding moment talking about what's in store for their futures after they accomplish their goal in space. Now, Rocky grows an attachment to Grace, so when he shares that he can't go back to Earth, it's emotional. It is so fantastically heartfelt and lively. Lively replacing humane because Rocky truly is a rock-like being with no face, but the instinct of being alive, having a home, caring for one another are concepts that are no stranger to him and shine in this scene as a result. That was where I first shed tears, where my throat tightened up fighting the urge to break down. And ladies and gentlemen, it happened twice, but the second time was much, much worse. Because Project Hail Mary is full of silly comedy amidst a terrifying mission, it is in turn full of camaraderie. Definition on screen because I really want to drill this meaning into your head. There's a sequence in the middle end of the movie where Rocky and Grace finally approach a planet with the means to advance their mission. This scene is visually beautiful, which I'll add that Hail Mary has a visual effects Oscar nomination on lock. Grace names the planet Adrian, which is just adorable, but eventually things go really haywire. I'll try and cut parts of the trailer that show the scene on screen, but the spacecraft starts spinning and the lights are red and the sound is absolutely deafening. And the anxiety is high. You are concerned and cautious watching. What is going to happen here? I forgot to mention that Rocky wanders in this bubble that keeps him safe. It's his astronaut's helmet where he needs to be in it, even in Grace's ship. One thing leads to another and Grace becomes Rocky's watcher while he sleeps. What was once a humorous concept becomes caring, familial. And this is when a new line was inducted into the Hall of Fame. I can't get it out of my head. While Rocky lays on the ground, Grace tells him something very close to, "I'll watch you sleep. You just gotta promise me that you'll wake up." This scene had me even more of a wreck. My nose was slimed out, my eyes were runny, and if I were alone, I would have been bawling like a baby.
I will not let Grace die.
Project Hail Mary is a well-rounded movie. There is a past timeline with some intense emotions that I have not covered as well. Karaoke night is all I'll say, but I chose to cover what has touched my heart the most. I told my friend while we were seated that Wuthering Heights was probably the first big movie of the year, but that Project Hail Mary is the first event movie of the year. I urge everyone to go see this, especially in the best format that you can. IMAX laser, Dolby, the 70mm, whatever the hell you can find. I'm already trying to rope people into the brainwash as well. Project Hail Mary is heartfelt, at times anxiety-inducing, but you will smile, you will laugh, feel sadness, feel relief. It is a true roller coaster. I love the awards season and will look forward to what happens to this movie in the next 8 to 9 months, along with the other big hits that are yet to come. Hope you enjoyed this video. I really felt the emotions while writing it. Like, I got sad writing this. I know I'm not projecting that right now, unfortunately, but you should subscribe for more emotions-based videos.
Maybe massage the like button.
Love what you like. Protect your energy. And the last few seconds of the movie crescendo with the score, and it's really freaking cinema, and I want to copy it, so...